As I stand here among the chickens, I am of the distinct opinion that when you are pissed off, you can't sit down and listen to music. You can't go count to 10. You got to get out and you got to do something physical. I am by no means a master of the martial arts. My best friend is, especially in stick fighting and other things. Check him out, Mike Jackson, Pakwa Martial Arts. He is excellent. Anyway, I know a few things, and so every once in a while I get out something that resembles sticks and I just practice a little bit to get that angry energy out. This isn't about me. I never want to make it about me, but I do want you to know that I go through hardships. As I go through my journey of building my community from the very ground up, you're seeing this, and I have two viewers, me and Mike, and that's okay, because I know there's a foundation here, and from that I can build. And I want to prove to people that it can be done. I got tired of seeing all the YouTubers, do this, do that. And I went out and I bought tons and tons of equipment, and I've learned my lesson. Do more with less. And, I'm not going to try to be glitz and glamour, because that's a waste of time. And by the time that happens, I've lost my idea. And there's a guy that I follow on YouTube, not YouTube, but Facebook, when I was doing Facebook. I don't do Facebook anymore. Screw those guys. When I was on Facebook, there was a guy by the name of Colin. Anyway, he runs the Cult of Copy, and he's excellent. I mean, if you ever want to learn how to do your own copy, he's the guy to go to. Colin Thoreau, that's his name. Look up Cult of Copy. Anyway, he put out this program that I saw years ago, and it was Fidil, F-I-D-I-L. And I'm amazed this didn't catch on. And it basically stands for Effin' Do It Live. He says that sometimes you get so caught up in scripts and makeup and everything else that you lose the point, which is there's a message you want to get across because people need to hear it. Maybe they want to hear it. Maybe it'll help them. And also I want to demonstrate that as you go through this, if you decide to join my community, or even if you're trying to deal with that break from corporate, you've been forced out or what have you, it's not as easy as the YouTubers make it seem. For example, here I am, expat, Keith, in Cambodia, and I'm loving it. Got all my equipment, my studio, it's beautiful. If you haven't seen it, you will see it. And I got up this morning ready to work, and there was a power outage. Don't know how long it's going to be, and I was very, very angry. Then I had some of my clients do some things. Again, I got angry. As always, as a business owner, you're concerned about your money, right? Because it's not like you let the boss worry about it when you got a job. And here's the funny thing. I have worked for so many companies where the boss was going through problems with his finances, which means he was also going through problems with the company's finances. And I didn't know it. And I thought my job was secure. And boom. And by the way, that's going to happen to a lot of people with AI, which is kind of, what I like to talk about. And so I want you guys to know, I'm not live right now. I can't go live on mobile yet. Hopefully you guys will help me with that by joining the channel and the community. We're going to figure out how to make money, because we're at a point right now where AI, oh my God. I know you hear it and it's kind of become a cliche or a catchphrase, but if you really understand the aspects of AI and how it can make you money, and I'm not talking about the YouTube glitz and glamour. That stuff makes it seem like it's overnight, get this service and that service. The other thing you have to understand, and this might change for me later as my channel grows, but I'm going to tell you, if I were to listen to all of the YouTubers that I watch and building my new business, I would be spending upwards of $1,000 a month just on different services. And then they change and look at other services. And it's because they're sponsored by those services. And I understand that's one of the best ways you can make money almost in your sleep. Still, it makes it tough when you start in one area. I've been a professor for years, speech, psychology, and now you're trying to add on this new thing to stay ahead of the curve, AI, And I'll be specific, generative AI, which is large language models and stuff like picture, image, film generation, that kind of stuff. There's so much money here. And the reason there's so much money here, and I'm gonna demonstrate this in real time as I go through it and I try to build this community and this machine. But there are hardships like today with the power out. And sometimes I think God, the universe, whoever you are into, they send messages. And sometimes they have to hit you over the head with it. And the amazing thing is, it takes that. You know, as a friend of mine used to say, you make God get an ADHD moment or an ADD moment where they just go crazy to get your attention. Like maybe the power being shut off in my town to send me the message, stop fiddling with your hardware, do more with less. And just to make sure I got the message, you're looking at this picture now, it's out of focus, sorry I had to zoom from my porch. Yesterday, that beautiful kite was flying in the sky, and so was I. I was like, oh my God, let me go play with my 3090 and make these really cool images. And today, you see the tail of the kite's stuck in a tree. So I know I'm not the only one learning this lesson. Do more with less. The other thing is I have to subscribe to my own philosophies. I want you guys to know that I practice what I preach. And so one of my things is doing Ray Donovan's, which means solving problems with problems. So Fidel, doing it live, even though this isn't live, but the power off gives me the reason. I won't say excuse because it's more of a reason to come out here and, you know, get a little bit physical, even if it's just clowning around, but most importantly, share what's on my mind with you guys. Hopefully it will help you. So if you are going through something, as Richard Bandler used to say, I'm heavy in NLP, both natural language processing and neuro-linguistic programming. I find that so funny, NLP. Richard Bandler, one of the creators of neuro-linguistic programming, used to say, if something isn't working, try anything else. And what he meant by that is if you're angry, change your state. If you change your physical state, your mental state will change. Just like when you get angry, when your mental state changes, your physical state changes. So don't sit there and try to control a physical state with mental energy that's already being warped by anger. Get up, swing some sticks, think about a kung fu movie and reenact it, run around, do what you got to do. This is raw. I'm not in my sound treated room. I'm not even going to treat this. Well, maybe I'll a little bit in editing bring down the sound, but I am beset by foul beast. Foul meaning F-O-W-L. Here in Cambodia, I also raise chickens. And I raise chickens because I can go out and watch them, and it's very zen-like. Sometimes annoying. And because, believe it or not, it's psychological watching chickens because chickens act a lot like humans. And throughout our journey and building our community, you're going to see what I mean. I'm explaining this again, even though if you've seen the other videos I've done, you'll hear me talk about the community and my idea. My idea is simple agentics. Jobs are being replaced by AI. The latest video that I saw today, and today is November the 16th, 2025, and it's, I think it's Sam Altman from OpenAI, who is now stating that their new app, just that one app, can handle 4% of all known human tasks. 4%. 4% of things done by a human can now be done by AI. The problem with that is that a lot of that 4% is where the jobs are. A lot of that 4% is going to be responsible for you being displaced and looking for answers and looking for a new community. Don't just look at the social media people, all of the business people, all of the psychologists, all of the soothsayers, all of the people are saying that the only thing that you're going to have as far as a job are things that AI cannot emulate, such as human experience, human relation, human communication, and roosters. On top of that, they say that forming communities and moving as a community allows you to replace the old idea of corporate America. Think about it this way. Everything that you do at your job, if you have a job, you don't do alone. You're part of a job, you're part of a department, you're part of a team. However big your organization, what you have is a situation where all of that, or most of it, or at least 4% of it, is being replaced by AI. Let's Ray Donovan this. That means that if you're at home, you've just hired 4% of the people who work for your company for free, or a monthly fee if you're not doing it locally at home like I'm trying to do. Think about what that does. That removes excuses, my friend. Everything that your company does, your little part of it, your cog, now becomes either a much bigger cog and you can outsource the rest just like they do, or perhaps you are only focused on one small part of that cog, the part that makes the most money. Turn a problem into a problem. You got fired. Especially if you are working for, let's say, a government department right now. And Elon Musk is going through with Doge and he is slashing and slashing, and people don't know if they're going to have a job. And the problem with that is even if they go back in with the law, meaning by, just a moment, hey, go away. Go away. Go away.